Hey, welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, we're going to be discussing a certain furry artist who draws a certain German world leader disgraced for their involvement in a certain war. If you can't tell, that has been incredibly censored. I could use their name, but if I was to use their name, I would never see a single dime on this channel ever again, and everybody knows I love money, so I hope you can understand the compromise here, where I'm going to have to censor my language accordingly so that I can ever get this video onto the platform without being absolutely nuked out of the algorithm for the rest of my life. You'll notice at points in this video, I'll censor the name of the organization and the name of the people, and I'll use nicknames or code words so that I can tell them to you in a way that you can understand without saying their name. Okay, alright, so back on topic, the artist we're discussing today is an artist known for drawing this world leader as a furry. I wish I was joking. They draw this world leader as a wholesome, uwu hero type character, where they can do no wrong and they're portrayed, even in their death, as some sort of romanticized version of the disgraceful world leader they are in real life, which... oh my god, I'm going to keep the language PG in this video for the sake of getting ads on this, but this is probably one of the most outlandish things I never thought I'd ever cover in a YouTube video, but here we are, we're discussing a furry artist who draws genocidal maniacs as furries. Kill me. Just in case this video doesn't get monetized, I'm going to do self-promo on this because, oh my god, if I have to suffer through this, you guys have to suffer through a self-promo plug. So, if you're new to the channel or haven't already for some reason, please do go down below and click subscribe to help me so that I don't kick the bucket below me and go goodbye. I can't say that. Can I say that? I'm aiming for 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be highly appreciated and would help me reach that goal. And also, you can follow my Twitter to help me reach 4,000 followers by the end of the year, or join my Discord to help me get to 2,000 members by the end of the year, or join one of the few out of the 1,000 that have followed my Instagram, and check me out there too. I post a lot more photos of my real life, and I know a lot of people noticed the Corpse Husband hoodie recently. There's no punchline to me mentioning that hoodie, I just wanted to gloat about the fact that I have one. Finally, if you'd like to check out my Patreon, Ko-fi, and Join button, all three financial methods to support this content, they're all linked down below in the description. By checking out any of those methods, you can donate any amount from $1 to like 150,000, I don't care. Any amount you want to give me would be highly appreciated, but you're not obligated to give me any money. You're not even obligated to watch these videos, obviously. But if you'd like to support me, I really don't mind, and by supporting me, I have no issue with using an ad blocker on any of these videos, or skipping these introductions at all, but giving me that tiny bit of money would be highly appreciated. Sidetracking myself here, the support recently on the channel has been absolutely incredible. It's been amazing to just sit at home and make any video I could ever think of, from drama content to just anything really, and see you guys support it so heavily in so many different ways is absolutely mind-boggling. I appreciate the support more than I can explain. The fact you've allowed me to make my childhood dreams into a career is incredible, and I can't overstate how much it means to me. The recent support... wow, thank you. We got a bit sappy there. But let's remove all the sentimentality from this video. We are discussing an artist that draws this German world leader bad person, so let's lower the positivity a few notches, okay? MÄRKÄ has drawn animatics and included the disgraceful art of this not-so-fine gentleman in multiple different posts, reaching much further than edgy comedy and leading towards hurting Jewish people with their downright insensitive behavior. Drawing OCs and artwork of this world leader, this terrible person, is not just insensitive because of the amount of hurt this world leader has caused to so many people, to the point where their behavior still makes waves to this day and can be seen in multiple different avenues of life. There is a reason that their behavior has been documented for years. There is a reason that we keep that in every history book taught to every kid every year. It's because the world leader represents one of the worst people and one of the worst stages of human life ever to exist, and we never want to go back to that state of being. So the fact that people like this artist try to promote that ideology and try to continue to spread their message and support it, not just in a tone of edgy comedy, but as a believer, to an extent allegedly, of this ideology, is outlandish. And listen, depictions of this terrible person would be bad in itself. Why did they decide to make them a furry? This artist drew the gross world leader fellow As a furry, romanticizing said world leader's behavior, promoting relationships between world leader and another not-so-classy gentleman who ruled an entire union that existed in the same time period as Mr. World Leader Man from Germany was alive. If you're trying to work out who this person is based on that very vague description, I'll make it a little easier for you by giving you a paragraph, and you can take the first letter of every word in that paragraph to work out who they are. So, if you take the first letters of Star, Tree, Alpha, Lake, Indigo, North, you'll get me. I'll dub them Star for the sake of this video. This artwork of Furry World Leader Man is tragically disrespectful to the people affected by Furry World Leader Man's actions. Considering the pain and torture Furry World Leader Man has caused, it's no surprise that anyone would be offended by the actions of this German man that still causes trauma to families to this day. The fact that this ideology that believed in one type of people being better than the rest and killing off and taking away children from their families, removing the existence of the people they disagreed with, while simultaneously locking up and trapping people living on forced labor that they disagreed with the existence of purely because they believed that they were better from a standpoint, is ridiculous. This ideology that came from a mentally ill man that has an agenda against this group of people because he wasn't accepted by them is absolutely mind-bogglingly ridiculous. How could you ever come to the conclusion that it is acceptable to game end 6 million people because of the fact that some few people disagreed with you or didn't let you into their school? But what boggles my mind even more is that this artist decides that it's okay to make artwork of this person promoting and supporting their ideology. Their ideology is absolutely unforgivably disgraceful, and this person is not doing this under the guise of edgy comedy, otherwise there wouldn't be so many examples of them trying to cover up and damage control when called out for this behavior. But you're probably going, well, where was the romanticization of this person? Maybe they were doing it to show how bad they are. Well, this artist also decided, as aforementioned, to ship Star and Furry World Leader German Man together, romanticizing them and portraying them as heroes with glorified deaths, showing them holding hands with this bright light as they're like being accepted into heaven, as you could take this artwork. Their representation of this person, at best, was unacceptable. At worst, endorses the person's behavior and makes it seem like they're a good person that doesn't deserve to die, like how you'd see that certain characters in certain forms of fiction get unfairly killed, and they get their really sad death with the sad music that they don't deserve, akin to something like in Titanic. This is so not gonna say it. This is so messed up. I still can't believe that in the current time, people like h𝐢tl and MÄRKÄ still exist. People that are somehow allowed to spread these ideologies on social media platforms without any kind of backlash, and somehow all of their videos are received relatively well despite being called out so vocally by so many people. It's ridiculous. This artist also glorifies North Alpha Zebra Indigo behavior, again take the first letters, referred to from this point as North behavior. Endorsing such behavior is abnormally disrespectful to the people who are still living through the torment that this behavior was caused by centuries ago. So far, the only example of this ideology existing on YouTube to my knowledge in the art community was with Big Stinky Toe h𝐢tl videos, but obviously he got taken down for hate speech, so I have no idea how these videos haven't been taken down yet. Sadly though, this artist refuses to drop this trope. They also animate and develop multiple different North characters, including them in their work, and when called out for including such hateful and disparaging characters, they refuse to remove any of them from their artwork, claiming they'll continue to use them, saying it's up to them what they do with them, and that they're not going to waste their nerves on people upset, which is so insensitive and strikingly ignorant of a hill to die on. Just drop the characters. Why would you actively defend something so clearly outlandish and unacceptable? Though, to be completely honest, this probably isn't surprising from the same artist that introduces North propaganda in their artwork, which to me can only be taken as a direct sign of promotion of North behavior, as can be seen with this art piece, where a completely unrelated character is depicted with what looks to be an Adidas hoodie, but it's actually got a bunch of arms facing upwards at a 90-degree angle with the name of the big evil German man written below, grossly involving North propaganda in unrelated artwork, which is not only disparagingly ignorant, once again, to the trauma this man caused, but also promotes the ideologies he shared intentionally or not, while simultaneously insinuating that the author supports these beliefs, which, to be honest, I think they do, seeing how unlikely it is that anyone would ever do this for dark humor. But to stay on the right side legally, that's an allegation and an opinion and not a fact. And if you thought that was the only North symbol included, you're very wrong. They've included things like armbands on their characters, replacing the North logo with a heart, humanizing tragedy. This is not the only time they've included this logo in their branding either, as they've also included it in their YouTube banner, allegedly. Once again, reinforcing the belief that they're promoting this ideology in a way that no sane human being would ever do. For a time, this artist's YouTube channel also apparently included in their bio a statement apparently announcing that they're in fact a North believer, or more clearly, a North Alpha Zebra Indigo. People holding this ideology at bare minimum are problematic, especially when they're promoting it and endorsing world leaders that caused years of historical disrepair. How idiotic and selfish do you have to be to think this is acceptable in the slightest? It concerns me how this creator developed a platform of 80,000 subscribers while creating this content. They made excuses for this, that it was a translation error, but to be completely honest, I highly doubt that. I doubt any translation app somehow mistranslates a sentence into saying, I'm a North Alpha Zebra Indigo supporter. MÄRKÄ states their motivation behind creating this artwork is the appeal of North imagery, and that they draw the big bad German man because of who he is, which is a vain excuse for disgusting actions. Though everything thus far was just old information, however, as of recently, MÄRKÄ released an apology, which was 22 seconds in length, features no audio, and includes scrolling text excusing most of their actions. I'll read you the key points, but you can read the rest for yourself if you don't trust my word. I apologize for offending you. I don't consider myself a North supporter, which I highly doubt considering their previous posts, and also the fact that they apparently had it in their bio. And also this statement in itself shows that they're not apologetic in any way. They're apologizing for offending people, not for their actions, which is a very clear way of showing how little you actually care about your actions or realizing the consequences of them, but instead only apologizing because people got offended. It's sort of like a backhanded insult and an easy way to pass the blame more on the viewers for being offended than themselves for creating something so disparaging. It is simply impossible for me to stop drawing North characters. I just want to show history, which is extremely ridiculous considering they glorify the political leaders they represent and include offensive imagery in most of their content. When did including an armband on a character constitute representing history? When did showing arms at 90 degrees angle on clothing with the Adidas logo become considered in any way representing history? If you were representing history, you'd highlight how bad this person is, not glorify their behavior and include their symbolism in your artwork. But they continue by saying that everyone has their own opinions on what they like and don't like, which again doesn't excuse the hateful content. This content very clearly violates the guidelines and by minimum constitutes hate speech or promotion of extreme ideologies that are not endorsed by anyone except those who are so politically bankrupt that they support and endorse harmful ideologies that put risks on the lives of innocent Jewish people. And these ideologies are based on provably false ideological beliefs. It's not right of you to bully/insult me. I don't do that to you. You can critique me, but don't insult me. A fair assumption if they were listening to the critiques, as far as I've seen, most people are just highly upset or distressed with this content, and this response that most are bullying/harassing them seems like an excuse to cover up the fact that most responses find their behavior unforgivably distasteful. And that's it. No actual apology, no I'm sorry, no reflection on what they did, nothing like that. They don't even say the word sorry within this whole script of text. This whole bulk of text can basically be summed up to, no, I'm not actually sorry, and I'll continue doing it because I want to represent history. I'm at a loss for how they're dying on this hill. This behavior is unforgivable and should not be allowed on YouTube when it promotes such hatred and endorses such extreme ideologies. Genuinely, how is this allowed? I'm asking this at a complete loss. I feel like I'm losing mental function looking at this. How does this video have such a highly positive reception? Genuinely, who saw this excuse-filled response and said, yeah, fair enough? This is the reason why videos like mine are necessary, because somehow people forgive this disgusting behavior because the other party had the last word, which simply isn't how this worked. This response is unforgivably ignorant. But that's where I'm gonna end this video. I'm so devastated I've had to sit through this pathetic excuse of a response and woundingly ignorant excuse of content. And I'm still so shocked that they included such wholesome depictions of some of the worst people to ever exist on planet Earth. With that being said, I'm going to bed. Please do subscribe to the channel to help me get to 50k. Feel free to follow my Twitter. Feel free to check out my Discord to help me get to 2,000 members. And also feel free to check out my Instagram to help me get to 1,000 followers. Finally, you can check out my Patreon, Ko-fi join button, and join people like H𝐢tl, Ghost of Griever, SpyV, and Spy62 in supporting this channel and funding this content, allowing me to invest in further production quality, and also allowing me to invest in artwork for the channel, and so much more that I couldn't list that's gone into the content because of your donations. Thank you, I do appreciate it. Sometimes I get so absolutely upset that I have to cover these situations, that the things I'm saying have to be said, that what I'm saying is a bold statement, or that I'm doing something surprising because I'm speaking on something so important and obvious to speak out against. But welcome to the internet, I guess, where you somehow have to actually state that it is bad to support North ideology. I'm so done. I'm so done. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the recent support. I'm done. Please give me money so I can buy a softer pillow to put my head into. Goodbye, good night, and peace.
Says she wanna rock with it like me. I'm a stylish guy. Spend a little guap with it like me. We can catch a fly. Says she wanna rock with it like me.